preparation for the lab, you're going to label 3 of the test tubes, 1, 2, and 3, as I've already done. Then we need to prepare the potato starch solution. So you remove both caps from the potato starch solution, and then we're going to add distilled water to the bottle until it is filled to the neck. Replace both the caps and shake gently until most of the potato starch is dissolved. It may not dissolve completely. Then we're going to repeat the process with the albumin solution. Add distilled water to the neck, replace both caps, and shake until the albumin is dissolved. Once you've added your distilled water to each test tube, grab the potato starch and shake it gently to ensure that it is well mixed. Add 20 drops of the potato starch solution to test tube 2. Then you're going to add 4 drops of potassium iodide to each of the test tubes using your dropper. Once you have done this, observe the test tubes closely for 30 seconds and record any color changes that you see in data table 1. For the best view, you can hold the test tube up against a sheet of paper so that you can more clearly see if there is a color change. Remember to record the color change in data table 1. Photograph your results as well. For activity 5, modeling intestinal digestion of starch, you're going to need 2 water baths. So you're going to put hot water in one foam cup and warm water in the other foam cup. Add 5 milliliters of the potato starch solution to each test tube. Leave test tube 1 in the rack and take test tube 2 and place it in the hot water bath. Transfer test tube 3 to the warm water bath. Leaving the test tubes in their respective water baths and rack, add 1 scoopful of pancreatin to each tube and stir with a plastic stirrer. Now you may add 3 drops of the potassium iodide mix to the room temperature test tube in the test tube rack. Tap and swirl to mix the iodide solution. Record the color and contents in data table 5 and take a photograph of your test tube with the label clearly visible and a small sign to identify this step. Make sure you use a thermometer to monitor the temperature of your 2 water baths. Leave your test tubes in the water baths for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes have passed, immediately add 30 drops of the iodine potassium iodide, swirl to mix. Record the color of the contents in data table 5 and take a photograph of your test tubes with the labels clearly visible and a small sign to identify this step.